Hello everyone, thank you so much for taking your time to join in this week. It's been an exciting week. Well, maybe not all the excitement. Thinking about it, the senators, the House of Representatives, well, most of them are not in action, at least not national action in some sort. They've been away. They've been in their various states, in their various local governments, and I guess the news coverage that they want or would need is not going on as much as they can. So, let's take a few minutes now to reflect on what they have done in the last 3 years. Can we do that? Well, yes, we can. Welcome to the show. This is Femi D Live. I am Femi D Amele. Let's get started now. Now, for a few years now, 3 precisely, that's 2016, 17, 18, yes, 2018, they've been quite active. Moments of controversy going up, and then the moments of controversy going down. But just before it goes down, another controversy comes into play. Well, that would have to be what really has been the hallmark of the senators and the House of Representatives we have in Nigeria in the 8th Assembly. They provided some exciting times, and I'm wondering if those times have been quite rewarding for some Nigerians. Maybe you and you and you. Think about these next 10 things I would say, and tell me if you can connect, if any of them has benefited you in any way. Let's go to number 1. Okay, so number 1, there's been that moment where the Code of Conduct Bureau, yes, the CCB bill was amended. 14 parts of the CCB bill was amended for the purpose of, let me put it in a very nice way. So the Code of Conduct happens to be one of those bureau, or one of those agencies, government agencies, that is like the EFCC, the ICPC, not exactly, but kind of. You tell them what you own or what you have before you went into government, and by the time you live in the government, you also tell them what you have. Now, at some point in time, the CCB decided, or they found out, or they started to investigate Senator Bukola Saraki, who, by the way, is the Senate president, and said something doesn't add up to his paperwork as regards what he submitted as having, have not, will have, can have, may have, still have. They didn't add it all up. So, in a move that was going to be drastic, they went on for some years now and decided to investigate the Senate president. And that did not go down well with the guys in the Senate, or the senators as we would say them. So they decided that in order to find another way around it, let's take away the powers of the CCB from the president and put them cleverly under the National Assembly. In other words, we can then control what happens to cases or issues that have to do with National Assembly members. Amended 14 parts of the section that relates to the National Assembly. They did good with it, but then they did get into that moment of controversy, saying, okay, you're going to save all the senators and the House of Representatives from issues that they may face legally, and that doesn't make you good guys. Not good guys. One moment of controversy in the air that a lot of people would not forget in the last 3 years of the 8th Assembly. Let's go to the second one. Immunity clause. Yes, I like this one. So in Nigeria, we have the immunity clause that exists in section 308. Let me look at that somewhere there. Yeah, okay. Section 308. It covers the president, the vice president, the governor, deputy governor. Yeah, pretty much covers those guys or those ladies, depending on if your gender says T. Guys and ladies. Who can leave me alone? Yeah, it covers anybody who is elected on the platform to be any of those representing any of those roles. So pretty much we have that. And the National Assembly members decided that it's going to be a great idea if it also covers the Senate President, Deputy Senate President, the Speaker, Deputy Speaker, and pretty much the principal Assembly members. In other words, if there's any trouble going on, they can't be touched at the time because they're being covered by this section 308. It so happens so that it's also around the same time that the Senate President was going through his trial case with the Code of Conduct Tribunal, which of course was now seated under the Code of Conduct Bureau, which was now seated under the National Assembly. So they did everything. It looked like that the move for the immunity clause was to create a moment to save face of the Senate President and any other person who may be on the lineup to be investigated soon. Yes, there was another one. Another controversy, number 3 now. The Christian Court Bill. Okay, so there was this I'm going to pronounce this as fast as I can. It's a tongue roller. The Ecclesiam, somewhere in the book, not in the book of Ecclesiastes, but the Ecclesia something bill. Okay, the Christian Court Bill. Yeah, the bill that was designed to kind of oversee the issues with nominating cardinals and the likes of that. Much of that bill was going to point that if you're going to be a cardinal in Nigeria, it has to go through the appellate court and the likes of that. That bill was being introduced or sponsored by Gian Dong. It's from Plateau State, yeah? And well, some other people felt, and strongly still do feel, that well, with a bill such as this, it's going to help the legal system of Sharia to take an advantage or be in a position of advantage ahead of the Christian bill. That was another controversy as sparked up by the National Assembly members. Number 4, gender equality bill. Even as I say this, for my safety, I'm going to just cover myself like this. So, Senator Biodun Olujimi did introduce, he said, equal pay, equal job, what other thing, everything equal rights should go to all the ladies in our lives, our mothers, our wives, and everybody else, pretty much. But then, as she debated and made an argument and case for this, it went on and on. But then some senators felt, hold on, woman, you should know your place. You should not definitely know your place in the society. And I remember this debate. It was really controversial, big time controversial. A lot of the senators from the northern part of Nigeria felt, well, culturally, this cannot go down well with the country. So the argument went on. There were people who were pro-women, and then there were the people who were no pro-women, who felt, woman, know your place. And of course, who can take away that idea from a woman's place is in the kitchen? I can't remember how president said it or something like that. No, help somebody. How did he say it? At the Harvard. Yes, thank you very much. So gender equality bill did not go down well. It was also another controversial moment. Local government autonomy. So 774 local governments in Nigeria, and yet they're controlled by 36 states comfortably, but to their own discomfort. But people felt, oh, it's time that the local government guys get their money directly, their chairmen have some power, and they are not really at the services of the governors, what they want, when they want, and how they want it. So local government autonomy, it's like an ancient argument that replayed itself in the 8th Assembly in this last 3 years, from 2015 to 2018 so far. And yes, it did not go down easy. Not with anybody. So that was another bill. I have a list. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over. The NGO bill. Yes, that's the non-governmental organization bill. Okay, so it was brought up by somebody that was not favored. It's from Kogi State. It was a rep from there. He's a rep from there, Umar Jibril. It talked about the fact that NGOs should be regulated and there should be a regulatory body created. But then the CAC, pretty much the Corporate Affairs Commission in Nigeria, oversees, and that's a little bit of how regulation already works. So NGOs in Nigeria felt this was just asking too much. You already put us in a tight corner. Is it because we're engaging you? Is it because we're telling you that some people are corrupt, some people are not corrupt, and the likes of that? And is that why you're trying to shun and pretty much put us in a tight box? Now, on his own part of the argument, he said some NGOs and the way they receive their funding and the way they implement their funding pretty much provides room for terrorists to get money going on in the act. And you know how that went down well. Controversial bill number 6. Number 7, the budget. Yes, the appropriation bill. 2018 budget went on and on. There was the idea of, oh, they touched the money, they didn't touch the money, there was padding, there was no padding, 1 0 was missing, 1 0 was standing in the corridor. Likes of that. That was another interesting moment from the National Assembly, of the 8th National Assembly for this one. So they're closing out soon, so I just really need to tell you, 2018 bill didn't go down easy. Spending has never been easy. Number 8, Southeast Development Commission. Okay, so there was the Northeast Development Commission. So a brilliant senator, Chukwuka Onyema, well, he said there should be one for the Southeast people because Southeast people are said to be marginalized in Nigeria. So he said they should create a commission, development commission for Southeast people. Now, the only problem was when he was presenting this bill, he refused to stand up. And people felt this was very disrespectful on all rights of it, very disrespectful. So they said, hey, Oga, you have to be on your feet if you're presenting a bill, back and forth and back and forth. And by the time he was ready to stand and talk, nay was much of the overwhelming sound that did go down with that. Let me round off with two people now. Hemben. It was the rep that was told that since he came to place and that his election as the guy representing Benue, Benue State, he was sacked from his position and was told to return all the money and allowances he has received as a House of Representative member. Okay, he went to the Court of Appeal, eventually landed in the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said, my guy, go back, pay up. And then there was an election that replaced him, and the man that was now picked was Dorothy Mato. Coming to take up the position took 3 months because the speaker said he was waiting for proper interpretation of what the court meant regarding him. So that took another 3 months before that did come into play. Oh yes, Abdulmumuni Dubril, my favorite of them all. Controversial. So he was the guy who came forward to say, see, there is budget padding. He came to expose budget padding. Some felt that he was the guy that didn't just get his own measure of the budget padding. So he did really come out strong to say, this one I know, that one I know, this money goes here, this money goes there, that, sharing. Okay, so he exposed them. So he got suspended for 180 legislative days. 180 legislative days. Everybody said this guy is done. And yes, he kept writing, kept granting interviews. And when it was time for him to come back, they said they would not accept him back unless he tenders an apology to say, I am very, very sorry. You know those type of assignments your mother gives you? Where's the pen? He gives you a pen and says, oh, this is not a pen, but I'm going to make do of it. Yeah, finally have a pen. Yes, one pen. I am sorry. I will not do it again. I am sorry, I will not do it again. Well, he was told to write a letter of apology, and no, my guy was not going to write a letter of apology. So if you ask me, those were 10 moments of controversy that you will have observed in the last 3 years under the 8th National Assembly that we've experienced. But wait, I'm sure you do know more. What do you think? Let me have your list. Write down just below here. Write your comments. Let me know what you think. What are the other controversial moments you picked up during this time of the National Assembly? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? There's plenty, bar. Oh yeah, write what you think. Remember to subscribe, to like, and drop your comments right here and there. I will interact. I'll write back to you as regards what you think. I'm available on Twitter, Facebook, and on Instagram at Femidi Live. And yes, you can also catch up with the show at any time on any of the other platforms that you find Femidi Live. That's a lot of them, right? About 20. Amplified Radio, TuneIn, Stitcher, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere you can find me. I am there. I'm there behind you. Listen up. Those were 10 controversial moments of the National Assembly in the last 3 years. Maybe on the next edition, I'll talk about the bills that were passed. Were they really effective? How would they affect you? Well, those are the moments that were rushed in the last few years. Thanks for listening. I'm Femidi. See you next time.